All I want to know, which ratio did you use? What's your final answer? Rounded to the nearest foot. All right, what ratio did you use and what's your final answer? All I'm concerned about right now. Okay, let's start 5. What ratio did you use for number 1? Sine ratio, yep. And what did we get rounded to the nearest foot? 12 feet. Questions before I move on? Sine, should have used sine, got 12 feet out. Okay, 2. What ratio did we use? Number 4? Tangent ratio, yep. And we ended up with x equals 13. What'd you get? 13.14 feet. There you go. 0 issues. And then finally, which one did we use for number 3? And yes, this was done on purpose. 8. Cosine. I wanted you to use all 3. Yep. So cosine ratio. And what'd you end up with, Nick? What'd you have? 19. Yep. All right. All good? Feel pretty comfortable, I'm assuming. All right. If you take a look at that next problem I have for you, what's so different about this than what we've done so far? What am I asking you to find now? Angle, not a side. There's going to be one slight difference. So let's do this just like we're finding a side. Everyone see the acute angle I'm asking for? Identify what the 12 and 24 are. That's not going to change. Identify what those sides are. What's the side of 12? What's the side of 24? Here we go. 16. That is the hypotenuse, and the 12 would be the... Okay, let's keep going. What ratio would you pick then? If I have those two sides. 5, what ratio would you pick? Yep, we'd pick the cosine ratio. Let's set this up like we usually do. Cosine of, what's my acute angle now? 1. X, yeah. Cosine of x equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So it would be 12 over. Okay, nothing's changed until now at this point in the problem. Nothing has changed. You guys would probably try to cross multiply, and I wouldn't blame you. Let me cross multiply and watch what happens. Don't do it on your paper. Okay, cosine of x times 24 equals 12. How are you going to get that x by itself? Don't divide by cosine of 24 because that's not here. We're stuck, aren't we? Okay? You guys know the ratio, but you're trying to find the angle. Your calculator is going to help you out. Okay? The sine, cosine, and tangent buttons are only good when I know the angle. Does everyone see what's above them? It's a little sine with an exponent of -1, cosine, same thing, tangent, same thing. These are called the inverses of sine, cosine, and tangent. Anytime you know the ratio but need the angle, you know the ratio, need the angle, these are the ones I'm going to use, the inverses of each of them. All right, so what are we're doing cosine, correct? Yep. So if I do second, because it's in blue, so I got to do second, cosine, your calculator's saying, all right, give me the ratio. What ratio did you find out? And it is 12 over, and you can do it either with the division sign or the fraction template. It's up to you. 12 over 24. And by doing this, your calculator will provide you with a degree measure that's got a cosine ratio of 12 over 24. I don't think it matters. So what degree measure has a cosine ratio of 12 over 24? 60 degrees. All right, so x would be equal to inverse of cosine 12 over 24, which we just found out from the calculator is 60 degrees. So if you want to find the angle, it's always the inverse of sine, cosine, and tangent. If you want to find the side, then yes, you use sine, cosine, tangent, not its inverse. All right. 1 doesn't make you great. We know that. All right, this next one. We're looking for the angle. What sides are given to you? Here you go, 16. Yep, and 12. All right. So I have enough information to use what ratio? 16 again. Sine, yep. The sine of x equals opposite 12 over hypotenuse 18. Given the ratio, use your inverse keys. So that angle is going to be the inverse of sine with a ratio of 12 over 18. So go ahead, inverse sine. We're working backwards. And we're going to what, nearest degree? All right, nearest degree. What do you got for me? 8? 42 degrees. Two on your own right now. Be careful because 3 I asked for the angle and 4 I'm asking for a side. So I want to see you guys jump back and forth now. Okay, I want to see if you can handle that. Okay, 3 you're finding this angle, 4 you're finding a side. Tell me the ratio you used and final answer rounded to the nearest tenth. All right, so for number 3, what ratio did we use? Good talk, good talk. All right, I'll do this one. Should have used the tangent ratio. 71.6 degrees. 71.6 degrees. How about 4? How'd you find that side? Sure, I'll do that one too. How about the cosine ratio? And x being 14.0 centimeters. All right. We all right going back and forth? Because now we're going to get out of our right triangle now and go to our buddy, the good old rectangle. I'll let you guys set it up. Remember, don't jump diagonally when labeling a quadrilateral. What gives me the right to do a sine cosine tangent here? Because I thought that only could happen in right triangles. This is a rectangle. Rectangles all have right angles, yes. So angle J would be a 90-degree angle. All right, so what are the 32 and 11 acting as then? We're back in business. 14, what's the 32 and the 11 acting as? Yep, adjacent, hypotenuse. What ratio can I use here? 9. Cosine, want to set it up, Justin? Cosine of?
11 over 32.
X. Yep, it's all right. I'm just jumping ahead. 11 over 32. You know the ratio? Use the inverse. If I know the ratio, I'm using the inverse. So inverse cosine, 11 over 32. And that ends up being, what do we go, nearest degree? Perfect. 18. Whew. Comments, concerns? All right. Not going to like this one. I got bad news for everybody. Sorry. Solve the right triangle. That's new directions for us, right? Solve. Here's what I'm asking for. Will anybody know what I'm going to ask for here when I ask to solve it? Everything. Find all remaining sides and angles. Oh, rough life. Find all remaining sides and angles. Finish the triangle off. Class decision time. What do you want to do? We got 2 angles and a side to finish off there. You want to find the side or one of the angles? What do we want to do here, kids? We can do the side or we can do an angle. I don't care. We want to go side? Fine. Well, if you go side, you can't use sine, cosine, tangent. Hopefully you realize that because I have no angle in there other than the 90, which I never use. So if you guys want to go side right now, I'm fine, but don't use sine, cosine, tangent. What's the way I'm going to use here? Pythag. It's a right triangle, so I'm going to use Pythag. And that side AC, is that a leg or the hypotenuse? What do you got for me? 11 side, or is that leg or hypotenuse? Hypotenuse, so I'll keep it as a squared plus 21 squared equals 25 squared. And you guys got lucky here in no simplest radical form. Just round it, round the side to the nearest tenth, it says in the directions. And nearest tenth, what is that missing side? 2. What's the missing side? Whenever you're ready. Thank you. Your pick. Which angle? Which angle you want to find? 18? Angle B? All right, here we go, guys. Angle B. You guys have every single ratio to your advantage now because you know all 3 sides. So if you want to throw a little sine out, cosine, tangent, doesn't matter. What do you want to throw out here? Which ratio? 10? Yes. Okay. So you want to do cosine of angle B or X, whatever you want to call it. If I go cosine of B, what is my ratio? This goes out to you guys. What's my ratio then? 5?
Sorry.
If I go cosine of B, what's my ratio going to be? Adjacent over hypotenuse.
Sorry. 21 over 20.
Thank you. You guys know the ratio, so what should I be using now? Oh, yep, your calculator. What specifically about it? Inverse. The inverse, yes. And what are angles are rounded to the nearest degree? So angle B to the nearest degree. 20, what do you got? Angles to the nearest degree, so it would be 33. Yep. All right, enriched kids. Hey, enriched kids. Are you going to force me, or am I going to force you to do another sine, cosine, tangent to find angle A? No, because what do you already know about a nice little geometrical fact about your triangles? All angles add up to 180, and I already know two of them, so that third angle should be 57 degrees. Nice. I think we can get through one more here at San Lobos High School, everybody. Oh, look at that. We're going to do a little water tower here near the soccer field at the high school. All right, again, I'm not going to argue with people. If it's a flagpole, a tree, in this case, a water tower, assume they're perpendicular with the ground. Okay, there's no leaning ones here. All right, so you got your field, and you got a little tower here. Is that above somebody here? Are we all good? H2O, little chemist in the room. Water tower. Well, maybe there's a little spigot there. Water tower, I don't know. Water towers don't have spigots. You just can't get water. Go up with a cup and get water from a water tower. It's not going to happen. Go try, but it's not going to happen. All right, so what do we know here? It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Nope, not bad. And there, you know. Okay. There you go. Water's not blue like that, so whatever. All right. All right, so what do we know here? The edge of the soccer field is about 110 feet away from the water tower, all right, 110 feet away. And the water tower is 32 and a half feet tall. And the person is viewing it 6 feet above the ground, okay? So 6 feet above the ground. That's some weird legs, but hey, we'll go with it. Right, kind of like there he goes. A little arch to them as well, like a spider person. All right. 6 feet above the ground. Just trying to make it a little creative here. What is the angle of elevation from his eye level? So eye level, where's he looking if it's elevation? He's looking up to the tower. And remember, elevation is formed with the horizontal line. So everyone's starting to see the right triangle, and you're going to find the angle of elevation here. Can anybody add anything to my triangle, side lengths-wise? What other sides do I know on my triangle up here? Here you go. 7, what other sides do I know? Is? 26.5. Everyone all right with that part there? The height of the tower minus the height of the person. And then there should be one other piece I know, and that'll be 110 right here, okay? Nice. All right, what are those sides then? So I can pick a ratio. What are those sides? Here you go, 9. What are those sides? All right, so I should be using what there, Justin? Tangent, that's fine. Hey, you corrected yourself. Tangent, here we go. Fill in the equation for me. Tangent, 3. Tangent.
Alright, so tangent 26.5.
Ooh. What are you doing? Tangent of, what's my angle? What's my acute angle I should be putting next? Tangent of x equals, what's your ratio? Correct one. And if you know the ratio, what am I using? to find the angle. Inverse, yep. And when you do the inverse of 26.5 over 110, what's that angle he's viewing it at? 13.5 degrees, yep. Okay. Please pay attention to the assignment sheets because you will notice most of it's out of, did I give you any? I don't think I gave you any packet work. No, one problem, yeah. All right, and then the rest are in the textbook, so pay attention to that. Yep.